Cooking with the vegan zombie. What's up, everybody? John from the Vegan Zombie here. What's on the menu tonight? Lasagna. I'm gonna call it lasagna rolls. Now basically, we're gonna do two different recipes for you tonight, and here's why. Daiya. I love me some Daiya. Ever since they came out, I've been using it non-stop. It's my favorite kind of cheese to use, so I'm gonna make a lasagna roll with Daiya cheese. We also discovered two new products out there. We got a vegan cream cheese. This has chives in it. And we also have a match vegan meats. It's ground beef style. And we tested these the other night and we really loved them. We wanted to use them in a recipe, so here we go. I know that there's a few of you out there that are just far beyond the reach of civilization because of the zombie outbreak. So we're also gonna do a recipe with your basics. We're gonna use a block of firm tofu, some tomato, chopped basil, a handful of spinach, some lemon juice, and about a half a cup to a cup of onion. For herbs tonight, we have a blend of a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of paprika, and a little bit more than a teaspoon of garlic powder, plus salt and pepper to taste. And last but not least, lasagna noodles. Most of them are vegan. They'll just have one or two ingredients that are vegan, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. And all you gotta do is put them in boiling water. Don't overcook them, about 7 minutes, and they should be al dente. Strain them, and you're ready to roll them up. Let's do this. So, we're gonna start with our tofu mixture. We're gonna add about a cup of onions. Saute those for about 3 to 4 minutes. While you got the onion sauteing, just take your tofu block and squish it. Make sure it's nice and crumbled like that. Try to drain out all the excess water. After you saute the onions for about 5 minutes, add your tofu. Stir it all in there real nice. And at this time, add your herbs and spices. I like to start with about a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. Let that cook for about 5-6 minutes. While you're doing that, get your lemon juice ready. I usually use about the juice of a half a lemon for this recipe. It's really easy to juice a lemon, just make sure you don't get any seeds in there. So you gotta stab it in there. And then just... So after about 5-6 minutes of cooking, the last thing you're gonna add for the last minute is a handful of fresh chopped basil. Stir that in for about a minute and then turn the heat off. Let it cool down. She's done. Now, on to version number 2. So for this version, we're gonna use Match Meats, which is a vegan meat substitute, and you can check them out at matchmeats.com right here. We're also gonna use a new vegan cream cheese that we found, and you can check them out at galaxyfoods.com. Let's not forget my favorite cheese, Daiya. This isn't to say that you can't use your own meat substitute wherever you are, but we just discovered Match and we really wanted to try it, and it works great for this recipe. So if you can find it in a town near you, you should really pick it up and try it out. Go to their website and they have links to their online stores and you can actually buy it and have it delivered. For this recipe, you're gonna need about a pound or so of the meat alternative. You need about a half of a container of the cream cheese and about 3/4 of a cup of Daiya. First, you gotta add your onion to a nice hot pot. Just like the tofu mixture, saute them up for a couple minutes before you add anything else. Okay, at this point, stir in the match meat. Half a container of cream cheese. The fake stuff, guys. The vegan stuff. You can add all the same herbs and spices as the tofu. With this, I add just a touch more garlic powder. I use about 1.5 teaspoons. But I use a teaspoon of oregano and a half a teaspoon of paprika. Half a teaspoon of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Finish it off with some Daiya. There you go, got about 3/4 of a cup. Stir it in until it melts. And then you set that aside and let it cool. And you're ready to start rolling it. So, while we're gonna roll this up, we got to make sure your oven's at 350 degrees. And let's line whatever kind of lasagna pan you may have in your possession. Put a little bit of sauce down there. Just sauce it right up. And now, you may begin. Really easy to do at this point. I just take a little spoon. It's kind of messy, but fun. All right, now we got some spinach. Leave a little bit of space towards the end. See that space right there? Crisp. Got some tomato spears to put in here. Not to be confused with Britney Spears. So you got a layer of tofu, a layer of spinach, and a layer of tomatoes. Just put a little layer of sauce on there, and then roll it up. It's gonna get messy. Oop. And then stand it up on its side. This is the second recipe. You're gonna do the same exact thing. You're just gonna spread it on. Oh, it smells good. I really like this recipe a lot because it's kind of similar to what I grew up on when I was a kid. Nobody cares. They're all gone. The zombies killed them. So we got our first layer of our vegan concoction. And we're gonna do a layer of spinach, a layer of tomato, and we're gonna sauce it. I like to just kind of do a line of sauce right up the middle because once you roll it up, it kind of spreads itself. I eat sauce that spreads itself. It's a luxury sauce. Nummy. Last thing you gotta do before you put it in the oven, put some sauce on top of it. Drench it in the sauce. Typically this recipe calls for about 40 ounces of sauce. You can make it work with 30 or 24. If you wanna buy a big thing of sauce or make your own sauce, I encourage it, I welcome it. The finishing touch, if you have it, a couple of Daiya shreds on top. If you don't have it, it's gonna be good too. Don't you worry, guys. All you gotta do now, pop it in the oven at 350 degrees and wait 20 minutes, and then she'll be ready. 20 minutes have gone by, and it is done and ready to eat. The cheese is melted, and I'm gonna put both recipes on its own plate, and we're gonna eat it. Be real careful when you get these guys out. I got a big spoon here. There you go, guys. They're a little messy, but they stay together a little bit more than lasagna. And I like to call them like little personal lasagnas, you know? We got recipe 1 right here, recipe 2 right here, and I really think we got a little something for everyone. So let's dig in. What I love about the tofu recipe is how fresh it tastes. The basil and the lemon really kicks it right in the face of deliciousness. Let's test number 2 out. Oh yeah, that's good. That's so good. If you don't have this kind of stuff at your house, I'm bringing it to you. Try both of these recipes out. If you can make this, go for it. Make them both because why not, right? The tofu recipe makes about between 6 and 8, and the non-tofu recipe, the match cream cheese Daiya filling, that makes about 4 to 5. Just keep that in mind, guys. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, check us out on Facebook, or go to theveganzombie.com. And a few of you guys out there have been asking me about the Zombie Crew t-shirt. I just want you to know we got a ton of new merch up on our website, so go to theveganzombie.com, and I will see you guys again soon. Oh yeah, fall's coming up. Get ready for some pumpkin recipes.